Welcome to Love Them Knives. We've got the Akuma in here. Real steel is the real deal. And I like the black one so much, I got the green one. Slap. 3 3/4 inch blade, flat grind all the way up. And obviously I've been using this one, but Ivan Bragnitz, my buddy from Ukraine, is the designer. K110. What kind of stuff is in here? I don't know what, but it is the most fidgetist friendly knife. That's insane. It's insane. It's got like 800 different ways to open it. Okay, only 745 ways. But there you go with the flipper tab. This is the flipper tab. Now, it doesn't need to be that tall, nothing. You can make it really like this, and it goes bang. Now, detent is light, okay? I can kick it out, so that's like a 3.5 on my detent scale. But finger flick, spidey flick, whatever you want to call that, and then your thumb through the front part of that cutaway, or you got a single-sided flipper not flipper tab, but thumb stud. And you know what? You don't need the thumb stud. I kind of wish they'd have deleted that. I guess you could take it out, but then you got a hole. Doesn't need it. Green G10, black G10. What do you want? With the orange, kind of the optic orange in there. Look at the backspacer, how long it is. It's just the whole damn length here. So you're not going to touch the blade. Okay, no chance of that. Lanyard. Okay, can go there. Pocket clip. Right hand deep carry, or we're going to take it apart, but I think you can go left hand. I don't see that they have machined away any part of this scale to get this to fit down there. Sometimes they do, and then it makes it to where you can't cross it over. I think you could swap that over, but we'll find out when I do that. The hardware comes through from the front, but not from the back. Okay, I mean, as far as entry into there, and they're slotted. Kind of adds a little bit of design, break there, so it's not so monotonous. Although, maybe the front could have been like this instead, and flipped them the other way. And maybe you could flip it the other way if you wanted. This cross hatching here is really nice. It's grippy. It's definitely grippy. You know, at first, I really thought this was GFN or something, because it feels kind of like that. But they're saying G10, so okay. Comes in a box, and this is the black. This is the green. Drop it down. Here's the paperwork. It's got a microfiber cloth in there as well. And then a piece of paper that just shows some generic knife, breakout. But microfiber cloth, it comes always wrapped in that. And then, but here's the paperwork on it. And they're saying it's G10, 3 3/4. 3.75 inch blade, 3.7 millimeter thick, and 8.5 overall with 4 ounces. So 4 ounces not too bad, considering the blade stock's almost 4 millimeter, and it's a big old tall flat grind, isn't it? There's a little choil right here for sharpening. But there's plenty of belly and piercing, and give me some paper. Even a small piece will do. Okay. We're good. Now, how about this one? Okay. Yeah, that's good. It's just fidget friendly. Look at that. Drop away. You might have to watch it a little. You might get the blade approaching the point of hitting your thumb here, depending on where you are choked up on it. But I mean, if you kind of choke up right up in here, then this little steel part will kind of hit you in the thumb. It's already over the detamp ball. But that, I mean, just as you float the knife around, it just drops with you. Centered, no lock rock, no blade play. Lock up is right at 35 to 40%. More like 35 here. It's about the same. Amazing fidget factor. Maybe the design doesn't like make you just lose your mind or anything, but the design does flow, and blade to handle length is pretty good. There's not much lacking there, so that's pretty good as well. Interesting, the little lanyard pin in here, depending on how they are, they're kind of funky to have to put back together when you have the knife apart. We'll see how that goes when we pull this apart. But, you know, deep carry pocket clip, it went in my pocket, although I had some strands of lint or fibers from and my pockets are tore up. So they're just, you know, threads and stuff. So there were a couple of threads hanging under here before I started the video, but because I'd carried this one more than I had this. This I just got recently. But it's just, I mean, if you want a fidget-friendly knife that obviously has a real sensible blade to it, and of course your contact patch is fine because it's not a flipper, so you're not going to be like this, you know, with a flipper tab. You're going to be down closer to making full contact. Yeah, this might be your knife. Now, they're not giving them away. They're $77, so 10% discount with the LTK discount code on White Mountain Knives. You know, what are you going to do? Be it $70, really little, just a tad under 69 something, and they don't charge tax or shipping right now at the current date. If you're no good at Spidey flicking, this will never disappoint. This is no problem. And you're right. I mean, that detent is not that strong. So, but it gives you the opportunity to just have a lot of fun with it. A lot of fun with it. But it's solid. It feels good. Like I said, no blade plate, lock rock. It's centered. Real steel makes a good knife. Okay. Now, what's the ergos like? Well, they're fine. I mean, you know, it's big neutral area here. There's plenty of room on the handle. Reverse grip is fine as well. What's my balance point on this? It's pretty far forward, actually. And you can see this area here is jimped where you kick the liner lock loose, and you know, it's embedded down in here too. But it doesn't look like it's full length in there, does it? So, and just on one side, from what I can see. Good looking. Let's reinforce. I mean, we already know the length is supposed to be 8.5 with 3 3/4 and 4 ounces. And there it is, 4 ounces, 115 grams. So that's why I didn't like jump on the measurements, because I showed you the insert. 3 3/4, yeah, 95, 96 millimeters, 8.5 overall at 21.5 centimeters. And then they said, and where's my little caliper? 3.7 millimeter blade stock. Let me get on here, up here. Well, that looks like it's going to be there. Yeah, hold on, get it. Let's get up here a little closer to, yeah, there you go, 3.7. At 0.14 overall, ½ inch at 12.9 millimeters. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel heavy. It feels pretty light. It fills your hand pretty good because this handle's fairly tall. I guess the handle kind of reminds me a little bit of a buck knife or something. Really, the way, this is shaped. It's got a little, machined area down here for comfort, for your finger to wrap around, plus, kind of get you in there to knock that away. But hey, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We need a screwdriver. Yes, we do. Okay, hold on. Kick it. Okay. Well, something's holding it because there's no way to stabilize it from the back, so thank you very much. And D-shaped pivot. There you go. So, but we need a smaller blade than that for these scale screws, and so let's do them. And whoop, there we go. Whoop. Hold you from the back side because it's kind of popping back through. And we're done there. Okay, that was easy. And that was easy. So those look like the same size. Okay. So now what are we doing? Come off of there. There you go. Oh, and there's your washer. Why do we need a washer? Oh, yeah, I know what we do. We don't have a liner here. Yikes. Okay, so we do need that washer. Nice big, flat washer there. That's good. And then a cutaway in here for the travel of the stop, which is an internal stop. Now you know why it's so smooth. Now you know why it's so smooth. Big, wide ring of multi-row ceramic bearings. And you said $77 was too much. Now I'm liking it even more. And you got it, carved out there. Oh, they call it skeletonized. And you have a D-shaped pivot coming from the back. So I like to get straight D's myself. This is just a lot of fun, this knife here, for fidget factor for sure. If anything else. Okay, and I promised you I'd look into this. Okay, so I didn't want to router out this. This is really, really on there. So I tried the black one, and yes, I could move it. They got way too much something cranked down in here. But I just wanted to show you whether you could go right and left, and no, it looks like it's right hand only, doesn't it? Because there's no slot in this little liner area here to put this. That's too bad. I really thought it was I don't know why they wouldn't make this to where it can go both ways. I'm glad this one let go because, wow, I couldn't budge that other screw. So that's unfortunate. Let me put this back in here while I'm messing around. But, wow, this one still took something to break it loose. So, yeah, that was, well, since you can't move it, I guess it's not going to be a big, huge deal. And you can definitely service the knife without taking off the pocket clip. You don't have to do that regardless. But, and you can see there's an extra screw in here for holding this down because you're doing this to hold that liner in place. I guess they figured we got to do something or else you're going to mess up your detent here if you don't have this secured down. Remember that Kershaw Natrix with that subframe lock where it didn't go? They needed to have the screws way out here securing the subframe or the detent would change. Well, this here, that's what they've done to make this right. So, okay. So I guess we put it back together, and of course here's your pivot surround thing. But put it back together this way through that D-shaped slot, and then put some bearings here. You don't need a washer there because you've got the steel liner. And we're going to lube these bearings up still. Put a blade on here and bearings on the other side. I won't mess with that pocket clip. Wow, that was, whew, that thing is down there, and yikes. I might have to get, if I really wanted to get insistent, I guess I could get a 6+ maybe and go in there so I make sure I got full contact, but I think I'll just leave good enough alone, and this needs to go back in through here. And, okay, we're good. Put these body screws in. I've got the small driver in here. Small blade. So, okay, we're good. Next. And finally, don't really have to put the large driver in here. Driver head. Yeah, it had some thread locker on it though, that's for sure. Or centered. And there you go. Oh, baby. That's all good. This is insanely crazy. That was chasing me around. Trying to bite me, aren't you? You fool. Crazy knives. Yeah. I like them. Fidget factor alone is probably worth the price of admission. Not to mention, you got a Bowler K110 blade, flat grind you can do a lot of stuff with. And a nice, G10, you can knock it around. It ain't going to scratch up, beat up. It's just an easy carry. But, boy, talk about all the fun you need. I'm going to leave you alone. Love them knives. That's who we are around here. So you guys stay sharp.